matchup at the half. But it's time.
Manhattan at MetLife Stadium. Proved to be a good one between the Oakland Raiders and the New York Giants. This will be fielded at the 8. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. So here comes the Raiders offense now onto the field. They're led out by
his performance. I thought he played fairly well overall. The numbers won't knock you. Reception, continue to take, and maybe increase the number of times he puts the ball in the end zone with it.
A look at the numbers from a week ago for Reed. 5 catches, 71 yards, and a touchdown.
And he's able to pull that last pass in, but this is both know there's not much difference between 1 and 10.
And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, it's almost a tendency breaker.
There's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before.
More of this as this game progresses, because when you can have that type of a gain in the middle of the defense, it hurts them in so many ways, because most teams like to be strong down the middle. And if you can sting them there, that opened things up for you on the outside as well.
But that's where their big tight end, is so good, that middle third, the seam routes, the in routes. Yeah, you're right. Probably see more of that.
Yeah, it takes a lot of courage and fortitude to go in the middle as well, and he's got it.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Yeah, the offensive starters here for the Raiders.
So let's all work together on this one, because it's natural to just watch the football. But I want all of us to watch the center of this offensive line, the center and the 2 guards. They've got to be able to control the point of attack, and they didn't do such a good job on that last play. Plenty of opportunities to redeem themselves. They'll have to take advantage of that and start to make progress.
Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's 3rd down. Time to look at the defensive starters for the New York.
Aren't you glad that you're not coaching the defense right now?
I'm very glad. They said that they've seen it in doses, but very, very small doses.
Yeah, but you've got to be consistent. It's down in and down out, being able to play it, understand what you have to get done, and finally stop some people, put them on the ground.
And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving. If you make the stop there, maybe you hold them to 3 on this opening drive. They didn't get the stop.
Yeah, new set of downs now. Now you're worried about, just as you pointed out, not just giving up 3, possibly giving up 6. Let's see what they decide to do here, because they've got to change up what they have been doing. It hasn't been working.
First down, here's White. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Raider first. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
And he finds the tight end, Reed. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. Carr. And he's got it. 50 catches for him now on the year, and he's got a first down. Well, he did everything but get him in the end zone there, but now they're set up. Golden opportunity, strong opening drive, and they're knocking on the door.
And the way that they did it, now look where they are on the field, all right? This is naturally set up.
That's going to be caught by Reed. Touchdown, Raiders. Jordan Reed, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Raiders drive right down the field and score on the opening drive.
The losing streak had taken on a life of its own, and I think it infiltrates a team when you're on that much of a slide. But this group has managed to focus, come out early, and put a touchdown on the board. They look like they mean business in this one.
They do. Now the key, holding on to that attitude, because, man, that streak has been a struggle for them. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Throwing Jones, and that's incomplete. Here's the offense, and we give you too much power here. We let you highlight the player. Why'd you choose Zeitler?
Because I think the big guys up front never get enough credit. Kevin Zeitler, a guard, tough, nasty. We've got to give him some love.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now Jones. Finding Sterling Shepard for his first catch. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Boy, he ran free there after the catch as that winds up going for 38.
That's a real nice job right there, working the middle of the field, working against those safeties. And you know, partner, if you get your hips turned the wrong way, big plays can result.
And a big play resulted right there. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10.
Hey, lock it.
The first carry for the former Nittany Lion. This is Saquon Barkley. The numbers for him from a week ago. 16 carries, 76 yards, and a touchdown.
And as we discovered in talking with the coaching staff prior to the game, going up against a team that struggled against the run has only emboldened them to run the football more. I expect 40 to 50 carries in this game.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
Let's go. Let's go, defense. Here we go.
Mike 48, Mike 48.
Shoot.
Out of the shotgun, they run with Barkley. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 3. We'll look now at our starting defense. They come into this one down at the 27th position in the league, Charles, against the run.
And the focus now is making sure that they're hitting on all cylinders as they head into the playoffs. And that means they've got to stop the run better, because playoff football often means running football. So they've got to be prepared for that.
Bravo. 57, run. Now watch run.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Tries to hit Jennings, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Patrick Onwuasor. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. No doubt a very disappointing end to what was a pretty strong opening drive.
They had 3 points in their back pocket. It was there for them. If you don't like what you see, just throw it away. Make sure you get those points on the board. Don't get too greedy. He forced it there. You saw the end result.
Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their own 24. They'll start the drive with a give to White. A minimal gain as we tick down inside of a minute remaining in the opening quarter.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Hey, we're good.
On 2nd down, they'll run with White. And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing him further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
Now Carr. This is White on the screen. And he'll get nothing there. Stopped right at the line as that will wind us down to the end of this first quarter of play. After 7-0 on EA Sports. Here's the Raiders punter now. Back deep, Golden Tate. And he gets it away. A directional kick going toward the sideline. And this will carry out of bounds. Where are they going to spot it now? At about the 18-yard line, it looks like. We get a look at Sterling Shepard as he and the rest of the offense march out into place. Well, he's within shouting distance of a 1,000-yard season. Going to need a pretty good finish, though, if he wants to reach that mark.
Well, I like how you phrased it, partner. He is within shouting distance. If he stays on this pace, he's got a shot at it. But he needs a big game in there, right, to make sure that he gets it. So you know that during the week, in practice, and look, he asks for the ball all the time anyway. He's really going to ask for the ball and let his quarterback know he's open.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. They were trying to get it there to Sterling Shepard, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Jones. Completes it to Jennings. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. 17 yards and a giant first down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
80 weapon.
The toss out to Barkley. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
I know the toss play begins with the guy taking the snap and turning around and tossing it to the runner. But where the real intrigue is, can they seal the edge? Whether it's an offensive tackle or a tight end in the direction they want to run the football. If they do that, that's the result that you get, that type of a gain. If they don't, oftentimes it's not a very successful play.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard.
Check 13. Check 13.
They'll try the right side here. Barkley. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
So a solid run by Saquon Barkley, and another 1st and 10 here.
C6. Protein spill. Defense wins championships, baby. Whip. Go. Watch the whip. Greystone travel. X3. 218. Chopper.
Now with just 1 second showing on the play clock, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter.
On the ready. 57. 6 man. Check. Hey, Delta. 57. Mike, 57. Let's go one more. 5.
Jones on 1st and 10. He'll get this out to Barkley, complete. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. 17 yards and a giant first down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Down. 10 Tucson. 57 for Mike. We ain't giving up nothing. Pilot, 64. We. Go.
Throwing on first down. Jones finds his tight end Ingram. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. First down, Giants on a pickup of 14.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
Ready up. 57 Mike. Record. Get it.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And Ingram's got it. Touchdown, Giants. Evan Ingram, his 5th touchdown now on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Good bounce-back drive right there through the pick on drive number 1. Drive number 2 leads them right down the field into the end zone.
Agree totally. Excellent bounce back, tremendous poise, confidence never lost. And obviously he transmitted that to his teammates as well. What a really nice drive.
The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And we are tied at 7. So that drive 7 plays in length. And it was polished off by a Giants touchdown. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Here we go.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. So, Charles, the season winding down, the playoffs obviously not in their future. As they look ahead to the offseason, what spots do they maybe need to fill?
Well, I think that they like the guy who's calling the plays and throwing the ball. I think that he's a pretty good player. Needs some help, I think, on the perimeter, though. Help him out with receivers, because I think if he gets an upgrade there, his play gets that much better, too.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Going on the ground, it's White. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Carr to throw on 3rd and 1. This is Johnson. He's got it. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Not something you want to see in Week 16 or any week, really. We'll be right back.
Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. Check 26, check 26.
On 1st down, it's White, a spin. And he's going to get this past the 50 and into Giant territory. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2.
Playing against a 3-4 front is really challenging for offensive linemen because they can do so many different things. But when you're running the football, if you can...
Got him in. It's Brown. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
Check it out.
2nd quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
And he will not get away from the pressure here. Carr taken down. Carr signaling to his guys, let's go here. Another try after the 1st down sack. Carr, and he's going to get this inside the 30. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 29-yard line. Carr now, only 1 pass has hit the ground for him, 10 of 11 thus far. It's 1st and 10. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. Jordan Reed was the intended target. And now it's 2nd down. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. They run the draw play. This is White. So he got free of 1 tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Play number 9 on the drive coming up, and they need 9 yards on 3rd down. On the draw, it's White. Now the Giants will use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this 1st half. Now Gostkowski will come on to try a field goal. This from 42 yards out. And the kick is good. He needed a little help there from the crossbar, but the carom goes his way. But hang on, a flag is down. Now, if it's on the defense, they might decline it and take the points.
The penalty is declined.
Giants 7.
Gostkowski now converted for 3. Now he'll kick this one away. This will be taken very short. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go. Let's go.
And New York set to take the field.
And you have to figure they won't just sit on the football here in the final minute. The way things have gone, they need to try to make something happen offensively.
But maybe they should. Maybe they should sit on it here because of what you just said. They haven't made anything happen offensively.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Maurice Hurst coming right up the gut. Gets in there for a loss of 9. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Back to throw. Jones. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. Golden Tate, his intended receiver, and it's 3rd down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Jones now throwing on 3rd and long. Looking deep for Jennings. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now, give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Now, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. And the good news, his team's winning. The bad news, he hasn't had the game that he's hoped to, at least to this point here in the 2nd quarter.
And a lot of that is pride, because these types of backs want to be in the center of all the action and leading their team to victory. They'll take the win right now, hoping to jump his game up as this one moves on.
He probably wants a little bit more of the spotlight going forward. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10.
Not wanting to take a chance this time, they'll keep it on the ground. And he'll push forward here for a good little run as the clock continues to run.
It'll be a gain of 7, and they get it back to a 3rd and 3. So, all right, hang on. We'll jump over halftime. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the 2nd half. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And New York set to take the field. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the 2nd half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards.
Hey, echo. Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4. Here we go, here we go. Let's go.
2nd and 13. He's going to air one out. And that's caught inside the 30. And they finally do get him, but not before he reaches the 27. It's a big-time play there for the G-men. 51 yards.
That's a big-time pitch and catch right there. And, partner, I remember the days when quarterbacks would try this. They were holding their breath. But nowadays, they're counting on their receiver to be just a little bit better than the defensive back when it's one-on-one and the ball's in the air like that.
So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10.
48 Mike. So don't say nothing.
Looking to throw. Jones under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36.
Jackrabbit.
So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range.
Orbit. Now.
Back to throw.
Jones. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's third down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Looking to throw. Jones. He completes it to Tate. 14 yards is the pickup there, but it'll still lead to a fourth down.
Some think the teams really won't throw a slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature to him. But sometimes the little guys, they get lost in there. People can't really locate them, and they run that quick cut on the slant, and oftentimes they can turn it into big plays.
And that is no good. And this score will stay right where it is. Well, close game, second half. You obviously hate to leave 3 out on the field.
Especially in a game like this when you know points are hard to come by. That was one of their best opportunities so far, and they come away with nothing.
Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. Here's White. And he stopped immediately there. Grant Haley in on the stop. You don't see that a ton, do you? The cornerback coming over.
Move to the middle and just sprints over there to help out. He ends up getting the tackle. Well played.
That one will go as a gain of 11. Raiders having a first down as well. They'll run on first down. White. Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
They keep it on the ground. White again. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40.
Give them a first down, 15 yards that time for the Raiders.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
So the drive takes them into Giants territory now, 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
I'm here all day. I'm here all day. Check, 93's the mic. 93's the mic.
2nd and 5 now. Carr. He'll get this one to Galladay. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 27-yard line.
It's a gain of 10. First down, Raiders.
Check.
Carr now 12 of 15 throwing the ball, 80% so far, and it's 1st and 10. Working from the gun, it's Carr. And this one complete to Reed. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done.
That one good for 13 and a Raider first down.
And he's the epitome of what we call the move tight end. A guy that you can line up anywhere, in the slot, out wide, in tight. Doesn't really matter because he has such great skills. You want to utilize him in all aspects of your passing offense.
And this is caught. Touchdown, Raiders.
Kenny Galladay with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. A good, sustained drive there in this third quarter, capping it off with a touchdown to give them a nice 2-score advantage.
It was actually a fun one to watch, wasn't it? I mean, for me, seeing the mix of what they did, how they moved the ball downfield, very sharp, too. Each and every play seemed to be executed with great dispatch.
And a pause in the action because the booth, they see something that they want to take another peek at to find out if this was a touchdown or not.
Carr's pass complete to Kenny Galladay. Touchdown, Oakland.
Gostkowski for the point after.
Gostkowski for the extra point. Raiders 17,
Gostkowski now after the touchdown. He'll send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here comes the field general leading his offense back out there for the next possession. He has been consistent, hasn't he? He played well in the first quarter, good second quarter, and now continuing that here in the third.
And that's the word that they're always seeking from the guy taking the snaps, is consistency. Taking care of the ball, making sure it gets to the right people, no errors, right? Not turning it over, and just doing all the right things. That's leadership, and it inspires confidence in a team.
Yeah, been a good leadership and a good distributor. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
It's going to be a long day. Leo!
Saquon Barkley running right. Second down, a little more productive than first. 7 yards on the gain. It gets him to 3rd and 3 now.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Back to throw. Jones. And Ingram holds it in. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. The pickup there, 5 yards. Jones now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Now the Georgia Southern man. This is Jerick McKinnon. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. 1 quarter remains here in Week 16. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Second and 5 now. Jones, and with a flag down, he goes down.
Holding.
So they're able to sack him. Now the penalty looks like it could be holding. Let's find out. So they will take the sack instead of the penalty.
And it takes another down off the series. But the biggest one of all, do you want to tell the guy who just got the sack that it no longer counts?
No.
No, not at all.
And this 3rd down looking very tough after the holding penalty. 3rd and long. Here's Jones operating from the gun. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Carl Nassib able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Now Jones throwing on 4th down. They'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. And unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy. The Giants go on 4th but come up empty. And the Raiders with the football now in excellent field position. Carr now on 1st down. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. A Raider first down, 17 yards.
Well, how about this aggressive approach? Got the lead, fourth quarter, continuing to throw the football. Are you thinking about Super Bowl 51? Atlanta had the lead against New England, and they ended up giving it up?
I was going to say don't say it, but you did say it.
I didn't I?
Yeah, anybody watching Atlanta, our apologies. Going up top. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by Von Bell. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Two-score game here in the fourth, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a two-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on and trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing them.
Mike, 48. Mike, let's go.
Jones throwing on first down. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. No gain on the screen there. It's second down. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's second and 10.
Hey, watch the slant. Watch the slant.
Second and 10. He's got his man. This is Tate. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. 22 yards there, a first down. Jones now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. First and 10.
At the 42-yard line.
Hey, Haywood. Step.
Looking to throw. Jones. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
You got it.
Ball on the 42 as they come up second and 10. Jones now throwing again. And this one's incomplete. He was looking for Evan Ingram, the tight end. And it's third down.
All right, that one fell incomplete there, but the best quarterbacks, they'll miss on 40% of their throws, somewhere in that neighborhood, similar to a great hitter in baseball who's going to fail 7 out of 10 times and still have a great year. In this case, you want perfection, but way better that it hits the ground instead of going to an opposite color jersey.
Watch the eye.
On third down, Barkley. And he'll get this up near midfield, but that's still a few yards shy of the first down. They'll get 6 there on the run, but it brings up fourth down. Well, look at the clock. You're down 2 scores. Have to go for this, don't you?
And they thought that as soon as they took over possession. It didn't matter where they were on the field. They were always going to be in 4-down territory. Backed up, in good situation, it didn't matter. So they've been preparing for that on their play sheet the entire time.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on fourth down. They're going for it.
Topper! Go.
On fourth down, Jones. And Tate's got it. And he's got this down to the 35. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on fourth down. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. You're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
Wide, get wide.
Here's Jones on first down. Over the middle, he's got his tight end Ingram. And they move this all the way down to the 9. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Defensively here, you've got the cushion, but back-to-back pretty big pass plays there. Bend but don't break, but are they bending too much?
I think that they are. To me, it'd be like playing basketball, and you put up a token press. Make sure you get up there and make them eat up some time. Make it a little bit of resistance so they can't just run it right down your throat.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Giants football here as we welcome you back. They've got it second and goal as they look for a late touchdown.
Quarterback, don't get nervous now. We ain't beginning to tear you up.
Another try for Barkley. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Call it a gain of 2 as they're knocking on the door now. 3rd and goal. And Barkley will try to punch it in. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. Only a yard there, so it brings up 4th and goal.
I know this is your spot, partner, so forgive me for jumping in, but there's no decision right here. They have to go for it in this situation. They're down on the scoreboard. How many other opportunities are you going to get?
Yeah, I'm with you. 4th quarter, like you said, down on the scoreboard. And remember here, a field goal virtually does them no good. And they'll run for it with Barkley. And he'll wind up being knocked back to the 3-yard line. The run is turned away on 4th and goal from the 2. And instead of having a 1-score game, they'll remain 2 scores down. So with that, we can just about close the book on this one, Charles.
Yeah, what's the old expression about slim and none? Well, Slim just left town on that
They're
one.
down to none?
Yes, exactly right.
And he can't get away. Carr is going to go down, and that is a safety. And you know, the man who sat in my chair the last few years, he has a theory. These plays, these safeties, they're so rare. Maybe they should be worth more than 2, maybe 4 points.
I think he's got a great point. I really do, Brandon. But I would go ahead and up it to 6. I'm a former defender. To me, that's like scoring a touchdown.
Easy now. I'll go 4. I don't know about 6.
Come on. Come up to 6.
A lot of points.
Keep playing.
So now Jones and the Giants down by 8. Exactly 1 minute remaining. A 4th straight defeat looming on the horizon, barring a comeback here as they've got it with a 1st down. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Back to throw. And he can't hang on to it. That would have sealed it. Instead, 2nd down. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark, really, start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
You ain't got nothing. You ain't got nothing. 57's the mic. 57's the mic. And here we go. Go. Watch the pass.
He'll look to throw. Got a man, that's Trent Sherfield. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That one good for 26 and a 1st down.
I'm a little surprised right here. They've got 3 timeouts left. The clock's running down, and they aren't using them. Those timeouts do you no good at home. Use them now.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Okay, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, 4th quarter. Maybe you do start to watch as the arm there, the leg's still there. This has been a tough game. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10.
Coming this way. Hey, Alpha. Here we go. 48 month. Exit.
They'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Brings up 3rd down and 10.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock.
It's 4th down.
Now they do indeed get the timeout, so all is not lost. They'll have a chance for one final heave to the end zone. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on fourth down.
Hey, team 6. Team 6. Watch QB drop. Watch QB drop. Right there. 54. Right there. Right. Go.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And this is incomplete. So no miracles here on the final play. And this ball game is over. So this one, a victory for the Oakland Raiders. And I think the game balls need to be distributed on the defensive side of the football, and I bet that you would agree.
Yeah, if you hold a team under 10 points, that's a job well done. Really well done. So I would say game balls for every starter and every key player who participated in this game.
Now, see, I only like one game ball.
You just like one game ball?
You're handing out multiple.